Zombie games are all the rage nowadays, after the continued success of the Resident Evil series and the hit Dead Rising. Games like Call of Duty and Saints Row have added in zombie modes, and fans have responded well to the invitation to pump rounds into undead flesh. Left 4 Dead takes it further, giving gamers a shot at fighting alongside friends through waves of zombies in over-the-top, action movie-inspired gameplay. Every bit of information about the game was exciting, and it was expected to be one of the best online experiences in years. Left 4 Dead was built for cooperative play from the ground up. Dozens of zombies, or infected, rush at the screen at a time, charging players from all angles. To succeed, the 4 teammates must protect each other and use their combined firepower to fight through the zombie horde. On top of the typical, fast-running infected, there are also other types of enemies players will encounter. Hunters pin survivors to the ground. Boomers vomit green goo, temporarily blinding players and turning them into a beacon for infected. Tanks are extremely powerful and require a huge amount of firepower to take down. Smokers shoot out an elongated tongue, which binds players, dragging them away from teammates. And witches, who hide in corners ignoring stranded unless startled. They all share one common thread: they require teamwork to defeat. Players will constantly need to rescue their teammates from infected, and it requires communication and patience. The game is, however, prepared for players to either be really good or really bad at this, and has a director who will dynamically change the game depending on how players act. If players are doing really well, it might spawn more zombies or a witch. But if they're doing poorly, it might give them more health or more ammo. The director is almost like another character, a dungeon master if you will, spinning the fate of the players while creating unique experiences each time through. Because of the director and some amazing level design, each playthrough of the game is different, despite there only being 4 unique locations. Left 4 Dead doesn't really have a standalone single-player mode, but instead has players enjoying the story together. 4 players fight from one safe point to the next, attempting to survive the zombie apocalypse. It's the exact definition of drop-in, drop-out cooperative multiplayer, to the point where the player can even go idle and have the AI take over. There's also a competitive versus mode, where 4 players fight from one checkpoint to the other like usual, with the other 4 players controlling zombies. They're able to play as one of the enhanced zombies, like boomers, attempting to stop survivors from reaching the safe zone. It adds a new style to the game, and feels like an enhanced version of the campaign mode. Using the Source engine is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, Valve has worked out most of the kinks, and is able to keep games running without framerate drops during incredibly hectic scenes. On the other hand, the engine hasn't received that large of an update since 2004, and it's starting to look a bit dated. Luckily, due to the nature of Left 4 Dead's combat, the few issues with the engine are avoided, and what's left is an amazing looking title, capable of having dozens of enemies on screen at the same time. The body physics are also worth mentioning, giving the zombies some of the best death animations in gaming. Character voices and sound effects are both high quality, breathing even more life, or rather, death, into this immersive, atmospheric adventure. While playing with friends, Left 4 Dead gives the best cooperative experience in gaming, hands down. It might not win a Game of the Year award, but in terms of fun, it'll probably beat out everything else this generation has to offer.